Here we are, back on Eyewitness News this morning, with a crucial heads up for all you coffee drinkers out there seeking that daily energy boost. While the very start of our broadcast mentioned a specific recall of Death Wish Coffee's 11 Oz Nitro Cold Brew cans due to concerns about mold toxins and other contaminants, we're going to dive much deeper today, because the truth is, if you pour the wrong cup, what you're really drinking could be a cocktail of unwelcome substances like mold toxins, banned chemicals, and even microplastics leaching straight from those convenient single-serve pods or hiding in traditional grounds. For seniors carefully monitoring their heart health, or for parents offering coffee to their teenagers, this isn't just a matter of bad caffeine. It's a potential health trap, cleverly disguised as your comforting morning ritual. In today's video, we're pulling back the curtain on 5 coffee brands you absolutely should never drink, some of which might even be sitting in your pantry right now, perhaps for years. But don't despair just yet, because if you stick with us until the very end, we'll also reveal 4 exceptional brands that are genuinely clean, rigorously tested, and unequivocally worthy of your trust. First on our list of brands to avoid is Nescafé, a name that for 85 years has been synonymous with the world's most trusted instant coffee. Its iconic red label, a fixture in kitchens across 180 countries, truly the brand your grandparents might have relied on, and the very foundation of Nestlé's global empire with billions of jars sold, leading many to believe that if everyone drinks it, it must surely be safe. Yet, between 2013 and 2017, European regulators uncovered a shocking truth, forcing Nescafé to face multiple recalls across Europe and Asia due to widespread aflatoxin contamination, a particularly insidious mold toxin classified as a Group 1 carcinogen, the very same classification given to tobacco and even asbestos, capable of causing liver cancer, suppressing immune function, and silently accumulating with every single cup. While European markets swiftly pulled these products and protected their citizens, American consumers, astonishingly, were kept in the dark with no warnings, no disclosure, and no acknowledgement of whether U.S. supplies came from the same contaminated batches, just a profound silence. If you were to dissolve a spoonful of Nescafé right now, you'd notice how unnervingly fast it disappears, a stark contrast to real coffee that resists water. This engineered solubility, coupled with an artificial burnt hollow aroma, speaks volumes about chemistry rather than true coffee, with the instant processing itself exacerbating the problem as high-heat spray drying destroys beneficial antioxidants and concurrently creates additional acrylamide, yet another carcinogen, meaning you're consuming mold toxins and heat-generated carcinogens in every spoonful. For seniors who have faithfully trusted Nescafé for decades, that liver damage accumulates silently, and for cancer survivors meticulously avoiding toxins, aflatoxins directly contradict the path to recovery, clearly demonstrating that for anyone who thought instant simply meant convenient, it often, alarmingly, means contaminated, exposing 85 years of trust in a recall they fervently hoped you'd never hear about. Have you been drinking Nescafé for years? Drop a comment below. Let's see just how many kitchens still feature that familiar red label, revealing a global brand caught in a global cover-up. But hold on, because you won't believe what cheap drive-thru coffee hides behind those golden arches. Next up, at number 2, is Lavazza, a brand that evokes Italian heritage, premium pricing, and beautiful tins that look perfectly at home in a charming European cafe, projecting an image of sophistication in a package. Right? Wrong. Between 2017 and 2019, various European consumer groups independently tested Lavazza's non-organic coffee lines, unearthing disturbing levels of pesticide residues and ochratoxin A, a dangerous mold toxin that directly attacks your liver and kidneys. The European Union responded with warnings, mandated stricter testing, and demanded greater transparency, yet Lavazza's response to American consumers was absolute silence. No recalls, no warnings, no acknowledgement whatsoever, as they quietly continued to sell the very same products in U.S. stores while European regulators sounded alarms. The fundamental issue lies in their sourcing. Their beans originate from multiple countries with zero batch traceability, meaning you cannot verify the farm, the harvest, or the processing facility. It's essentially coffee roulette, where beautiful packaging conceals complete opacity. Open a tin, and while it might smell pleasant, the aroma is generic, a product of factory consistency, not artisan quality, engineered to be identical across every batch for the sake of mass production. For cancer survivors dedicated to avoiding known toxins, ochratoxin A is classified as possibly carcinogenic to humans. And for pregnant women striving to eliminate harmful exposures, pesticide residues are known to cross the placental barrier, potentially reaching the developing baby, proving that European labels don't always guarantee safety, particularly when premium pricing takes precedence over consumer health. So, skip the fancy Italian branding. Organic labels sometimes hide pesticides. Drop a comment if you bought Lavazza thinking European automatically meant quality. Let's see how many of us paid a premium for pesticides. Our 3 brand to watch out for is International Delight Iced Coffee. Found ubiquitously in bright, appealing bottles with iced coffee splashed across the label, appearing refreshing, convenient, and utterly harmless. But take a moment to read the ingredients. Water, sugar, and cream are listed first, with actual coffee appearing as the 4th ingredient, followed by palm oil, artificial flavors, sodium phosphate, and carrageenan. This isn't truly coffee. It's a liquid dessert masquerading as coffee flavoring. A single bottle packs an astounding 42 grams of sugar, which is more than you'd find in a can of Coca-Cola, along with 8 grams of saturated fat, exceeding the fat content of a McDonald's cheeseburger. You're essentially drinking a milkshake pretending to be coffee. If you shake the bottle, notice its thick, syrupy, unnaturally creamy movement, and when poured into a glass, it leaves an oily film that clings stubbornly to the sides, unlike real iced coffee, which is translucent and clean. This concoction coats everything it touches. For diabetics, just 1 bottle can violently spike blood sugar, sending your insulin response into overdrive to process that sugar bomb. For children, it tragically trains their taste buds to crave liquid candy rather than real, wholesome beverages. And for seniors with heart disease, the combination of saturated fat and refined sugar accelerates inflammation, a dangerous contributor to cardiovascular issues. The coffee in this bottle is a mere afterthought, a flavoring agent, not the primary ingredient. You're effectively paying for sugar water with a coffee scent. International Delight isn't truly delight. It's deception in a bottle, and you should skip it entirely. This is fake iced coffee hiding in plain sight, but the next brand literally sent people to the hospital with dangerously high caffeine levels. Coming in at number 4, it's Death Wish Coffee. Itself, the name alone, World's Strongest Coffee adorned with a skull logo, serves as a grim warning, a brand targeting caffeine addicts who believe more is always better. Here's the critical problem. Death Wish can contain up to a staggering 728 milligrams of caffeine per 12-ounce cup, which is nearly 3 times the amount found in regular coffee, delivering a triple shot of stimulant directly to your heart, nervous system, and kidneys all at once. They achieve this by utilizing Robusta beans, cheaper, harsher, and naturally higher in caffeine, but significantly inferior in quality to Arabica, and then over-roasting them to an extreme degree, not for flavor, but solely to maximize caffeine extraction. The result is coffee that tastes burnt, because quite simply, it is. In 2019, the FDA received multiple alarming reports of dangerous reactions, including severe heart palpitations, emergency room visits, and classic caffeine overdose symptoms such as uncontrollable tremors, intense anxiety, and dangerously elevated blood pressure. People thought they were buying strong coffee, but many ended up facing a medical emergency in a bag. The company's response? Minimal warnings, no product reformulation, and no acknowledgement of the inherent danger, choosing instead to continue selling with the same extreme marketing. Open a bag and the acrid, burnt, over-roasted smell hits you immediately, to the point of carbon. This is not coffee craftsmanship, but caffeine weaponized. For seniors taking blood pressure or heart medications, such extreme caffeine intake can trigger arrhythmias and dangerous cardiac episodes. And for anyone over 60, this much caffeine severely stresses the kidneys and can disrupt sleep for days. Death Wish, regrettably, earns its name. Skip it completely. Extreme caffeine has nearly killed people, but at least Death Wish overtly warns you it's dangerous. The next brand, however, hides behind a friendly, trusted face. At number 5, we have Folgers, a brand whose iconic jingle, "The best part of waking up," made it a household name, its red canister a familiar presence in kitchens across America, a brand so pervasive it almost feels like family, yet try to discover what's actually inside that canister, and you'll find it impossible. Flip it over right now, search for an origin country, it's not there. A farm name? Nothing. A harvest date? Blank bean variety? They simply won't say, offering only one vague word: coffee. Folgers is astonishingly America's most secretive coffee brand. Other brands might mislead on their labels, but Folgers doesn't even provide you with enough information to lie on a label. Here's what they're truly hiding. Industry insiders confirm that Folgers primarily uses Robusta beans, the cheapest, harshest species on earth, typically 30% cheaper than Arabica, yielding a bitter, thin flavor devoid of any complexity that real roasters actually seek, but upon which Folgers built an empire. The instant version is even worse, packed with maltodextrin, a processed starch filler, silicon dioxide, an anti-caking chemical, and natural flavors, lab-engineered compounds designed to simulate a taste that simply doesn't exist naturally. Open a canister, and that engineered chemical smell is designed specifically to trigger comfort. Brew it and observe how thin, pale, and watery it looks, with no natural oils floating on top, as real coffee has body. But this is merely brown water. Between 2015 and 2018, independent labs found acrylamide levels exceeding California Proposition 65 limits, the state's cancer warning threshold, yet Folgers never acknowledged it, never reformulated, and never warned consumers. For families diligently trying to verify the contents of their food, Folgers makes verification impossible. For seniors who have trusted this brand for decades, that trust was placed in silence. And for anyone who believes that red canister signifies quality, it unequivocally signifies secrecy. 60 years of jingles, 0 years of transparency. The best part of waking up should be knowing what's in your cup, but Folgers ensures you never will. If America's most secretive brand concerns you, wait until you see how a premium name hijacks your trust to sell liquid candy. These next 4 brands have earned their place through unparalleled transparency, rigorous third-party testing, and a genuine commitment to quality. Real clean coffee still exists. You just need to know exactly where to find it. At number 4, we proudly present Café Bustelo. Finally, coffee that doesn't lie to your face. Café Bustelo treats coffee as precisely what it should be, just coffee. This iconic Cuban-style espresso brand has been around since 1928, maintaining nearly a century of consistent quality without ever selling out to corporate greed. They exclusively use 100% Arabica beans, the higher quality species that genuinely tastes like coffee, rather than burnt cardboard. There are no additives, no mystery ingredients, and no ultra-processing, just expertly roasted beans ground to espresso fineness. The ingredient list is refreshingly simple, containing one item: coffee. That's it. Third-party testing consistently confirms what the label promises: no mold contamination, no dangerous pesticide residues, and no heavy metals. Just clean coffee that is remarkably also affordable, a truly rare combination in today's saturated market. Open a can, and the rich, bold, authentic aroma hits you immediately. A genuine roasted coffee smell that fills your kitchen, entirely free of chemical fakeness. Brew it, and observe the beautiful crema that forms on top. That's natural coffee oils rising to the surface, a sight you will never witness in ultra-processed brands. The flavor is strong and full-bodied. Cuban espresso style means intensity, but without the harshness, bitterness, or burnt notes, delivering clean, powerful coffee that genuinely wakes you up without wrecking your stomach. For seniors who desire strong coffee without the added heart stress, Café Bustelo delivers both caffeine and beneficial antioxidants without any of the dangers. For families on a budget who refuse to sacrifice quality, this brand unequivocally proves you don't need to spend $20 per bag to get real coffee. Caffè Bustelo has remained true to its roots for nearly 100 years, and that unwavering loyalty to quality absolutely deserves your loyalty in return. At number 3, we have Purity Coffee. If you seek coffee that functions as medicine, not merely a caffeine delivery system, Purity Coffee stands as the undisputed gold standard. This isn't just clever marketing. Purity conducts medical-grade testing on every single batch of their coffee. Lab results consistently show their coffee contains an astonishing 65% higher antioxidant content than many competitor brands, a significant difference that profoundly impacts immune function, brain protection, and the body's ability to combat inflammation. Every batch undergoes rigorous testing for mold toxins, pesticide residues, and heavy metals, and if a batch fails any test, it is simply not sold, period. This extraordinary level of quality control is virtually unheard of in the wider coffee industry. Purity Coffee is sourced from regenerative organic farms, meaning the soil actually gets healthier each year, rather than being depleted by destructive chemical agriculture. They are also B Corp certified, unequivocally proving ethical sourcing and genuine environmental responsibility, not just making vague claims, but demonstrating verified practices. The company publishes full transparency reports, allowing you to see precisely where your coffee came from, when it was roasted, and the exact lab results. No other brand offers this profound level of openness. Open a bag and the difference is immediately obvious. The beans look vibrant, uniformly selected, and carefully processed. The aroma is complex, with layered notes that evolve as you breathe them in. Brew it, and the flavor is incredibly smooth, clean, and remarkably pure. No bitterness, no harsh aftertaste, just coffee precisely the way nature intended it, before corporations tragically compromised its integrity. For cancer survivors meticulously avoiding all toxins during recovery, Purity offers invaluable peace of mind. For seniors managing autoimmune issues, the high antioxidant content actively supports your body's fight against chronic inflammation. For anyone who desires coffee as a potent health tool rather than a health risk, this is it. Yes, it does cost more, but you are genuinely paying for verified purity and measurable health benefits, not just empty corn syrup in a coffee bag. Our second excellent choice is Life Boost Coffee. For anyone who adores coffee but dreads the uncomfortable acid burn, Life Boost offers a brilliant solution without sacrificing an ounce of flavor or safety. This is low-acid coffee done absolutely right. It's not chemically treated to reduce acidity, nor is it stripped of its beneficial compounds. Instead, it's simply coffee from beans grown at exceptionally high altitudes in Nicaragua, where natural conditions inherently create lower acidity. High-altitude coffee grows much slower, allowing the beans to develop more complex sugars and fewer acidic compounds naturally, without any artificial processing tricks, just the perfect combination of geography and patient cultivation yielding a gentler coffee. Life Boost is proudly USDA organic certified and fair trade verified. Third-party laboratories meticulously test every single batch for mycotoxins, the very mold toxins that contaminate cheap coffee and can silently destroy your liver over time. And consistently, 0 mycotoxins are detected. That is the uncompromising standard they consistently maintain. Being single origin means full traceability. You know precisely which region, which farms, and which harvest produced your coffee, avoiding any mystery blends that mix good beans with garbage to cut costs. The roast is a perfect medium, meticulously chosen to preserve maximum antioxidants while simultaneously minimizing acrylamide formation, because lighter roasts inherently mean healthier coffee, as excessive heat generates the dangerous compounds we've been warning you about. Brew a cup and immediately notice what's beautifully missing. No stomach burn, no acid reflux creeping up your throat an hour later, and no digestive discomfort that makes you regret your morning ritual. Just smooth, profoundly enjoyable coffee that treats your body gently. For seniors suffering from GERD or chronic acid reflux, this allows you to continue drinking coffee without any pain. For pregnant women vigilantly avoiding anything harsh on their system, Low acidity means less stress on digestion. For families seeking daily coffee without gut issues, Life Boost delivers both comfort and safety in perfect harmony. It might not be the cheapest option, but stomach pain and potentially damaged esophageal tissue ultimately cost far more in the long run. If this expose has opened your eyes to the truth, please hit like, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our upcoming food revelations. Thanks for watching. Stay sharp, stay healthy, and keep rising with truly good coffee.